Hey folks, what's up? This is one big Bugga and things look different. You can see more of me. Huh? Used to be, I had a hard time fitting this big fat head in the camera sitting where I am now. Now, um, you can see more of me. For the record, yes, this is a new webcam. This is not the webcam I bought with my new computer, which I will show you in a little bit. This is the new webcam that for an extra 19 bucks I bought with the computer. It's a rock solid. That's not to say it's a bad camera. It's not. But the thing is I can't find a damn program to work with it, and the program that probably comes with it is on a disc. My computer does not have a CD drive of any shape or form, and I don't even think there's a place to put a CD drive on it. I don't. At least not one that I could easily access. I'd have to have an external. So I ain't using this. I've learned you get what you pay for. So I went to Best Buy and I forked out 60 bucks for a Logitech. I'll show you the box. A Logitech 920. It is a 1080p camera, which is what I've been wanting for a while. Now, I didn't even have the C310. For all of you who are wondering, this, the 270, was the camera I've been using. And they still make and sell this. This is a good cam. I've used it for a long time, as you guys know. This is the cam I've been using. Well, not anymore. I have this, which is the C920 full HD 1080p video for recording and in Skype. 15 megapixel pictures. It can do H.246 encoded recording, video quality is all up there. Full HD glass lens, 20-step autofocus, and stereo microphone. It has 2 microphones rather than 1. It's a good cam. It's not the most powerful. The most powerful they had there, I think they had one that was like 120 and then one that was like 200. It's a little overboard for me. This is more than enough because now you can see more of me. You can see more of the mess behind me back there. Sorry, this way. Back there is just a bunch of boxes and stuff I got to take downstairs. Sitting on a couple of boxes I need to put in the back room, which is got to do everything reverse. In that door there. Over on my table is my old computer and a bunch of stuff from my table that I cleaned off and all kinds of just mess over there that I got to clean off because I have yet to go to sleep tonight. I went to bed at like 5 in the morning. I got up around 10, so I think I slept like 5 hours. I spent some time setting up my new computer. Then I had to go to work. And when I went to work, I not only bought the HD cam, I stopped and did that, but, yep, an Echo. You can buy them at Best Buy now, and that finally tilted me in getting one. I've been wanting an Echo for a while. I just never bought one because there's like, I convinced myself that the delivery, I just didn't want to wait for it. Well, didn't have to wait. It was in Best Buy. So for 100 bucks, I have an Amazon Echo now. I have Alexa. But for those of you that want to see it, again, I'm straightening things up. I actually took my computer desk, which is really, it's done a great job, but it's really a piece of junk. It's not even really held together. It's falling apart. I need a new one. But I turned it around because I actually had it backwards. So I turned that around. I've cleaned it off completely. I put my computer on a small little table, which it barely fits on. I'm a little scared, like no joke. I'm just a touch scared of it being there. But it should be all right. But for those of you that want to see it, there she is. There she is. 8 gig memory sticks for 16 gigs. A very powerful processor, the newest generation, highest available on the website, Pentium i7. The MSI Aero 1080 NVIDIA card. You can actually see that the hard drive under the card, that's the 256 solid state OS drive that if you select programs will go on. And behind that, you see the 3 case fans there on the right. Behind that are the 2 hard drives that I got. The 2 terabyte drive that came with it in a bundle and another 1 terabyte drive. So I have 3 gigs of storage. Plus, I'm going to take one of the 500 gigs and put it in there as well for my old one next to the solid state drive. And that's all it can fit. I think it only has 4 slots. And I'm trying to repair my old computer so I can give it to my mother. But Best Buy says they're not supposed to touch custom computers. So I'm like, it's just putting in a power supply. It's not that hard. I could probably do it myself if I wasn't worried about messing up, you know? But yes, there's a dual case fan on top, 3 fans down in the front. You see the cooling fan over there. It's got an 800 watt power supply in it, which I find is more than what you'll need for this. I'm going to eventually get another 1080 card. I'm going to eventually get another 1080 card and SLI them together somehow. Pretty sure you can do that. I just don't see the SLI plug-in, but I'll figure it out if you can or not. I'm going to try and SLI 2 1080s. It's like $600 or $700 for another card, so it's going to be a while, but that's still more powerful than anything I'll do with it right now. Yeah, and then you can see the white, even though there's a lot of reflection there, you can see the white radiator for the self-contained liquid cool system, which I had one of the original versions from Corsair, the Corsair H50 in my old computer. Only reason I don't have a 500 gig in there now is I need a power extension for the cord that'll power it, a SATA power cord extension. I know there's another way to do it. I just don't want to take the whole thing apart again, so I'm just going to buy an extension cable for it. So that's what's keeping me going there. But there she is. There's my new beast. And I hate to see my old one go. I mean, it's not going to be gone. If I can get a new power supply put into it, which is only about $50, I'm going to give it to my mom. She'll just need to get a monitor. I have a keyboard and mouse for her. So she'll just need to get a monitor, which I can easily help her with. It's just, you know, I hate to see her go, but here we go. And then you can see down there, Cyber Power PC. That's the website I got it from. $2,063 of computing power. Not bad, huh? Not bad at all. So I am happy about that. Just one second. So in Uber, I've had the pleasure of never having an eventful day, as I like to call it. I've never had to deal with not great, I can't think of, really belligerent people, which I still haven't. I haven't had to deal with any problems. I haven't had any big major adventures, you know. I've always had just, you know, I've had like one like falling asleep drunk. Hi phone. I've had one falling asleep drunk. I've had some annoying drunks. But I never had anyone belligerent. I never had any big adventures. I never had anything, out of the ordinary happen. I've always had decent drunks, happy drunks, pleasant drunks, sleepy drunks, quiet drunks, a couple of flirties, but nothing serious. Nothing really serious. I don't change this weekend. Is everything happened except the belligerent drunk. Oh, and nobody has thrown up in my envoy yet. Nobody's thrown up in it. But I supply lollipops as a treat for my riders. And talking to my remaining girlfriend, Chana. So you'll have to excuse me while I pause to do that. I haven't had much chance to talk to her since I've been working since Tuesday. She works during the day, I work at night. But now that my computer's here, I can relax. But anyways, I supply lollipops. I buy 2 to 4 bags depending on how low I am. I just restocked my lollipops. And everyone's taken 1 or 2. I think the most someone took was 3. She had a few kids in the house. She said, "Can I take some?" I said, "Yeah, go ahead." Everyone's always asked if they're going to take more. I pick up this one guy in Pawtucket. He's like my 3rd passenger. And I bring him to the Guitar Center over in Attleboro. Or North Attleboro. One or the other. And anyways, I don't know, I'm pretty sure he's high, which would explain a lot. He's jamming out in the back, and I can hear things tap. I think stuff's flying off my tires and hitting my wheel well. No, it's him bapping stuff. But sometimes he's jamming to his headphones. Other times he's jamming to the music I play, which I use iHeartRadio, which, if you didn't know, is actually bankrupt right now. Please survive. I love you guys. I lost my train of thought. Just that I'm like really tired, but I'm also amped up. I use iHeartRadios, and I play vinyl classics, which is classic rock, as they were on vinyl records. And I turn around and look as this guy's getting out of the envoy. And I just bought 4 bags of lollipops. I buy 2 bags of blow pops, 2 bags of Tootsie Pops. I put Tootsie Pops on one side, blow pops on the other. Then I have a big center pocket that I put a big mix in. So you can grab one or the other and you have a big mix. It's just a nice presentation. And this fucker not only took all of the blow pops out of the blow pop pocket, but took a huge handful. I think he had 2 handfuls of lollipops, just like he stuffed as much as he could hold. He took 70% of my lollipops that I had just bought not even an hour ago. And the thing is, it wasn't worth trying to argue with this guy. I had to turn around to the closest CVS and buy 2 more bags, which is all his ride covered. The bags are $4.08 each, so it's like $8.16 for 2 bags, and his ride was $9. So I lost out on gas and profit and everything like that because he just basically paid for the lollipops he took. That's where it started. Later in the day, there's this huge popular theater club in Providence, Rhode Island called the Strand. How popular is it? It's the only club I've ever seen with the club line. This is a line that goes from the door all the way down half the block, okay, all the way down half the block, around the corner, and then down the full block. Club line. This place is so popular, it's one of the places that when it's going to release, the cops show up. And usually 3 or 4 cruisers. And they'll block one road for people to walk. And then the other 2 will sit at the ends of the road for the block to just keep the peace, just a presence. Well, I pull up later in the evening to pick up these passengers. a girl and her cousin. Nice, couple of black kids. Kids to me, they were adults. Kids to me. And the girl gets in and goes, I go, oh, is it just you? Oh, no, we're waiting for my cousin. Oh, okay, fine. Next thing I know, I start hearing some yelling. I start seeing people running past my envoy. I turn over my shoulder and look. There is a huge brawl breaking out 15 feet away from where I am sitting. I'm like, oh, God, here comes a riot. And to be fair, it is not just black people. There were a lot there, but it was not just black people. It was everyone that was there. Black, white, Hispanic, whatever was there, whoever was there, was starting to get into it. Now, this didn't worry me. This really didn't scare me. It more fascinated me because I've never seen anything like this happen in person. It's the kind of thing you see on TV and you never think is going to happen to you. Well, what did scare me is when everyone did this and then suddenly did this. They started scattering. And I thought, somebody just pulled a gun. And I just hunkered my ass down in the seat. But fortunately, no, I didn't hear over the radio and the fact that I had all my windows up. I didn't hear as soon as everyone else did. The cops were fortunately just like up the road. And they heard the wailing siren close by. And everyone just fucking scattered. And one guy jumps in and says, as the girl's getting out, and one guy, and he goes, get in, time to go. I couldn't agree more. I never considered myself a getaway vehicle, but in this situation, when he got in and slammed the door, I literally went, I was gone. My Envoy may be a big SUV, but don't let it fool you. Don't underestimate it. You hit the gas, even at its age, it may not have the full amount, but I still say it has 300 horsepower, 300 foot-pounds of inline-six torque. And when you hit that gas, once the full power kicks in, because it almost has like a launch control built into it, once that full power kicks in, she's gone. So that was fun. Sorry about my nose. I'll get into that too. So that was fun. And then the third event of the night is the one thing that you know will happen someday as an Uber driver if you drive long enough. You just don't know when, and you're not going to be prepared for it when it does. I had 3 people. One guy sitting in front next to me, and a guy and a girl in the back. You can already see where this is going, I'm pretty sure, just from me saying that. But the guy in the front says, look, I'm honestly too drunk to put in another stop. He said, I will pay you $20 cash if you take my friends to their home after you drop me off. His friends were like 15 minutes, a 15-minute drive or so away. 15 minutes, $20. That's more than $1 a minute. And it's definitely more than Uber would pay me. Took myself online, said, let's go. So we got there, guy pulls out a 20 spot, hands it to me, gets out, tells us for goodbye, and all that. Cool. So I think within a minute of me pulling away, I feel the back of my seat pushed forward. Knees. I'm like, maybe she's just stretching out. Yeah, she was stretching out, all right. It wasn't even 10 seconds after that I hear a deep sighing breath. And I went, oh shit. I've gone 500 plus rides saying, nobody's ever done anything like that in my vehicle. That changed. Now, they didn't have full-on sex. I don't know yet if it was him doing something to her or her doing something to herself or a combination. I just know that something sexual was going on. And I actually have the footage. It is still on my dash cam. I just haven't looked at it. I'm going to be honest, I'm going to, because I am curious. But it's honestly going to go away. It's going to get recorded over. I'm not going to do anything with it. I'm not like that. But I am going to look because, well. But to my credit, the entire time I drove, I could have kicked him out at any point. I didn't. I'm actually an overly tolerant Uber driver. I put up with more shit and do more for my passengers than most. I won't say all, than most Uber drivers. Most Uber drivers are get in, get there, get out. They don't wait more than 5 minutes. They don't do this, they don't do that. Hey, I've waited almost 10 minutes for somebody. Just because I don't care. Now, I've probably missed out on some rides because I've waited longer than I should have for people. So, I dropped them off. I checked my seat. And even though it was clear, I still have some disinfectant wipes. I wiped the whole thing down. But it was clear, it was clean. Because if it wasn't, they've been hit with a $150 cleaning fee on their friend's bill. And I would have explained why. But, yeah. I got a trifecta in a single night. And then today, traffic was, or actually last night, traffic was just, oh my God. The full moon, I swear, it was insane. In Providence, on North Main Street, which is a one-way street, North Main Street, South Main Street. So North Main Street goes one way, South Main Street goes the other way. On North Main Street, there's a fork. And you can go left onto Mill Street or right up onto Main Street up to, there's a little shopping mall up there with a McDonald's and I think it's Onry Street. You can do that. I'm in the left-hand lane, starting a left-hand, I'm physically turning left. I gotta turn off my power and sleep. When plugged in, turn off after, never. When plugged in, PC goes to sleep after 5 hours. That's fine. That's fine. So I'm physically turning left. And there's no lane next to me where I'm past the intersection. The only left-hand lane is back behind me that turns left down to Smith Street. As I'm physically turning left, this white little, I think it may have been a Kia Soul. I just know it was one of the little boxy SUVs. And I don't think it was the older Scion. I know it wasn't a newer Scion. It wasn't big enough. But it wasn't one of the older Scions. So that's why I think it's a Kia Soul. It's the only one I can think of that looks the way it did. Flies up on my left through the intersection and literally cuts in front of me and misses me by that much. At the speed he was going, which must have been around 50, 60 miles an hour, maybe even faster. At the speed he was going, tilted into a turn. Had I clipped him in the back, boom, and I doubt he would have lived. It was insane. I don't know if I have that footage or not, but if I do, I am posting that shit up here. I may even take that footage and see if I can turn it into the cops, because I'll have the license plate. My webcam is, you can see license plates clearly. If I can see the license plate on the back of that thing, I may take it and turn it into the cops for what he did, because he almost caused a huge wreck. And I had another guy I merged over into a lane so I didn't go off an exit, and I merged plenty of time. Just as I finished my merge, here comes this guy. He's not ahead of me, okay? He's not ahead of me. He's back here behind me. He comes up and starts merging over into me. Into me. Now, I didn't have any passengers with me. I'm a big SUV. And by the time this happened, I was in a grouchy fucking mood. So I just laid on my horn and dared the fucker to keep going. Because you're in a small Toyota Camry sedan. I'm in a 2.5 ton GMC Envoy with really good insurance. Hit me. And he backed off. I don't think he I don't know. On my way home, there's a guy. Okay, it's not even a proper off-ramp. It's not a proper off-ramp. I think it's exit 23 north. It was exit 23 northbound on I-95 in Rhode Island. It's just this kind of huge triangle that splits off, and one road goes up and around onto 195, and the other continues and branches off on 95. Is backing up full speed because he missed the offer. Backing up full speed in the middle of the fork because he missed. What? No! Go to exit 24, get off, hook around, get southbound, and take the next exit 23. Are you serious? And it was like this all fucking night. I want somebody to take a right-hand turn and start heading up an off-ramp. And I think they got a quarter of the way up before they realized what they did and started backing out onto a busy street. Turning up the off-ramp was bad enough. But then you're backing up into a busy street. Nothing was coming down the off-ramp. Take a moment, turn the car around, and drive out like you're getting off. It was nuts. It was absolutely in-fucking-sane. And any smart man would have gone home. I am not a smart man. I am a stubborn man. And I stayed out there till I made my 30 runs. And let me tell you, 30 fucking runs, man. 30 runs. I want to see if I can show you how many runs I did. Okay. This week, okay, I don't know if you can see it. If I can get, yeah, let me just show you how much I made. Can you? I want to show you the full runs I made, or at least try. Show you the full runs I made. Can it? Really want to verify my identity now? Fucking yeah, I am who I am. Now shut up. Well, I can just try and cover the top. I don't know if you can see it. Let me get close. Okay, gotta get close. There we go. Can you see that? I mean, I know it's not clear, but you can see it's 103 runs. 103 runs in Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 5 days. That's quite a bit. 5 days, that's 20-something runs a night. Except 60 of those runs were done in 2 days. 30 runs each. Was done yesterday, was done Friday and Saturday night. Or for me, today. Because I haven't gone to bed yet. And, man, I wanted those 30 runs. Why? Because you get a bonus. You get a bonus. If you complete, they usually do bonuses like this. complete 25 or 30 runs, get 30, 35, $40. Complete an extra 30 or 40 runs, get an extra 90, 95, 105 is the highest I've seen. This was one of the lowest I've seen, $80. So $40, do 30 runs, get $40, do 30 more runs, get $40. You know? Just a minute. Anyways, so I wanted to finish that. Now, it's normally very easy to do, believe it or not, especially that I work a 12-hour period in most cases. Well, here's the thing. I had about 8 runs left to do, and that's really easy. It was I think 1:30 or going on 1 o'clock. Yeah, it was going on 1 o'clock. 1:30 to 2:30 is when the bars start letting out and a lot of people come out. And I was sitting in a prime position. I was sitting down by Bridge Street, where there's always a huge rush, and you can usually get a big surge there. You know, two to 3 times what they normally pay. And I'm thinking I can grab 1 or 2 of these guys and then hit Providence Center in town, which would be the best point. You know, not the best point, which would be the next release, which is around 2 to 2:30. The very first guy I pick up from Bridge Street, it's not even in the surge yet. This guy totally fucked me over. Not only left the bar early, but lived all the way in Narragansett. A 44-minute drive. Now, why is 44 significant? Why is 44 significant? Because Uber does not tell you that it's a long ride unless it is 45 minutes or more. Let me clear that up a little bit. If the ride is 45 minutes or greater, when the ride pops up, it'll say long ride, 45 plus. That means the actual driving time of the ride exceeds or is equal to 45 minutes. Anything under 45 minutes doesn't count. 44 minutes. I had to drive this guy all the way to Narragansett. I lost out on the entire prime time runs. Everything. Because by the time I dropped him off, it was already 2 o'clock. And there would have been another 40 back. So I'd have been, yeah. I got 4 rides while I was out. And one of them I had to drive quite a ways for. I had to drive 20-something minutes to pick them up. So I picked up this guy, took him all the way to Narragansett, picked up somebody else, took them to work, picked up somebody else, took them to Newport, and then picked up somebody in Newport and took them to their job, and then home. Well, not home, but back to Providence. To which, from I want to say about 5, maybe 5:30, to approximately 6:30, 7, maybe even. No, it was from about 4:30 to about 7. So it took me 3 hours almost to get 4 runs. 3 hours to get 4 runs. I was pissed off, which is why I'm still up now. Even though I look exhausted. I am exhausted, but I've hit the point of overtired. So I'm recording a video to upload. Is there anything else really significant? I'm obviously feeling better. I've settled down with Chana a little bit more in that I'm not worried that she's going to be leaving me anytime soon. I finally have calmed down. I've recovered. I'm going to send, whether she reads it or not, a final message to my other girlfriend, former girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, Lana. Because I will have a say now that I can type, because I really feel that she broke up with me unfairly. And whether she reads it or not is up to her. But I will have a very long say, just not right now. I need to rest first. Yeah, whatever. I'm busy. Other than that, I'm just happy to have my computer, and it really is amazing. I mean, I did all with the old girl that I could. I've done it. I did everything I could, and it was time to upgrade. And I am sad to see it laying there, like it is, toppled over. It's almost like a wounded beast. But I'm not giving up on her. I'm going to try and get a power supply in there, and I'm going to give my mom the 500 gig OS drive, and probably I might even leave the old 160 in there for my mother. The other 500 gigs going over here, and the 500 and the 250 gig I'm going to probably take out and toss because I don't think it's any good anymore. I'm also going to give her my old 720 webcam so she can Skype with a webcam. And if that doesn't work, then I have a few plans to help her out because she wants yet another computer, because granted the computer she has really isn't a computer. It's more of it's kind of like a MacBook but with Windows. It only has a 32 gig solid state like memory drive, and a massive portion of that is taken up by Windows, obviously. So she doesn't have a lot of room to put her games on, and she doesn't do a lot of. She does like the PopCat games. They don't take up that much room. So this thing was never really meant to be a gaming laptop. I didn't know that when I bought it. I bought it because it was a purple laptop. I should have looked into it a little bit more. So I have ideas to help her, to something to do. But it's going to take time for me to do anything. Other than that, yeah, I can't really think of anything else right now. I got to take my envoy in for an oil change. I'm going to do that after my mother and I settle out on our bills. Because I'm going to have an oil change. I'm going to have it a full lube oil filter. All filters replaced, all lube points hit, all fluids changed, or flushed and changed, except for the radiator, which was done when they replaced the water pump, which was last month. So that doesn't need to be done. But everything else, I want done. Because I've had the vehicle for going on a year now, and it's time for full maintenance. Considering how much I drive it per time to work per week, I want it maintenanced. Oh yeah, I was going to talk about my nose, and I found out why I'm sniffing so much. Apparently, I have postnasal drip, and I have like a chronic version of it, I guess. So, as much as I hate to do it, every so often, I do have to blow my nose. And good God, is it horrible. I don't want to go into too much description. But the very first time I blew my nose, just a whole bunch of snot, just big, ugh, came out of this nostril. I mean, ugh. I mean, I'm trying to describe it without going overboard. But the best I could put it as, I had a big paper towel and I figured, fold and hold the other. No. It was that much. My other nose, I decided, you know what? I'm just going to do this. I held open the trash bag. Cock. And what came out of my nose? Sprouted legs and ran away. I mean, obviously I'm joking about that, but I was like, oh my God. Just, it really was disgusting. And you're talking to a guy who cleaned public bathrooms and had to clean shit off walls. You know? Just gross. Absolutely gross. But I have to. I mean, the guy gave me a nasal spray. It doesn't help. So, and my room's a disaster right now. So I got stuff all over the place from cleaning. I didn't have a chance to clean it up, and I still don't. So, yeah. Uh, Sorry, I'm trying to think. Um, but I really think that's about it. I think I'm starting to really slow down. I think I'm really starting to slow down. I'm really starting to like. So I'm just gonna end it here. It's 45 minutes talking, anyways. So I've been doing better, and after I rest and settle things, I'm going to try and do a little surprise for my mom. After I rest up and settle things, I am going to start installing games. I'm going to go and get um, Bandicam back. I have a lifetime. I bought it. I have a lifetime, so I just got to download it, put in my information. I get a Bandicam back, and I'm going to start recording and uploading videos again. It's going to take me a little while to set up Eurotruck, so it may not be Eurotruck first, but I'm going to start recording and setting up stuff. I don't know what yet, because some of the games I have that I want to record actually have save files for that I want to use. Or I may start over on some of them, just so you can see it from beginning to end, because I play things a little differently than most. But I am going to, now that I have a rig that can handle it beautifully. But just Keep me in thoughts, guys, because anytime things start going really good like this, something happens, it tears it all the fucking apart. That's always something I'm not ready for. But that's going to be me done for this vlog, folks. This is going to be one big bugger. I am signing out. See you next time.